This is my response to the Young Turks. Your piece was in 2007. I didn't have a YouTube account until not more than a year ago, so I'm running late. You guys were far too jovial and far too ha 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 about this stuff. No, this is much too serious to be laughing about. Abstinence doesn't work. Abstinence programs don't work. Of course they don't work. Kids from birth until whenever they screw, which is very young these days, are bombarded with so much sexual imagery in the entertainment industry and with their loser friends and everything, and you expect that some 4-hour abstinence pep talk is going to get them to hold on to their cherry. I agree with you. Of course they don't work. There are some critics that are responding to that in the abstinence programs. It's not a vaccine. You don't just put the needle in an injection for 4 hours of an ultimatum or a pep talk to kids or scream at them, don't have sex, and then it works. Of course it doesn't work. The other guy, Ben, said, well, they're going to have sex, Mom and Dad. Back up, back up. Some kids will. You guys lump it all together in one big glob. Every time I say something about I clash with a liberal, and they'll say something like, well, Kurt, you can't stop people from having sex. So I asked them, do you understand simple mathematics? There's a difference between the numbers 2 and 90. I'm talking about a 2% teen sex rate versus a 90% teen sex rate. Now, you can get some people, you do what you can. I mean, you don't say, let's shut down all fire departments because we're never going to get rid of all fires. You do what you can. The shame, oh, I love this one. The kids have shame, so they don't buy condoms, so they get hot and sweaty with their girlfriend, and they have sex without the condom, and more likely to get STDs. If we're going to take away the shame, then the teen virgins are going to be ashamed, because they're the ones going to be told there's something wrong with you for not having sex. If they wouldn't be having sex, they wouldn't be getting the STD of the pregnancy, for starters. And once you take away the shame from them, you're adding shame to the virgins, because you're being told there's something wrong with you for not having sex, because you're telling them there's nothing wrong with having sex. Well, if there's nothing wrong with having sex and I'm not doing it, well then I'm a moron by your standards. So it's like the good have to suffer and the bad, but that's what liberalism does, is that you defend the aggressors. This garbage that when you're 14 male or 15 female, you won't be screwed up from sex, that's a lie. I've seen people get so defensive and so irate defending their slut lifestyle when they're 30. So if they're so at ease and they're so at peace and they're just feeling the oneness of the universe because they have attained the beauty of sex and stuff, of premarital sex, how come they get so angry so easy? Now I know you might be saying on YouTube, well, Kirk, you sound angry. Well, yeah, I'm supposed to be, but I'm not in denial about it, and I don't lie about it. You see? Anyway, that's ridiculous. I've had people, and I wasn't mean to them, condescending or nothing. I just clashed with them on premarital sex, and they get so defensive and irate that they're screaming, yelling in my face, wait a minute, I thought you feel great after sex. Of course you feel great after sex. You use a woman as a sexual snot rag. You're ripping into another person to drown the tensions you have in your loser life. That's why you feel good after you have sex. It's not about feel good. And these two guys, Sink and Ben or whoever, they didn't mention the woman at all. They didn't mention the relationship, the intimacy, about it feels good to have a relationship, or it feels good to the sex. So it's like it's the sex is here and the woman is way down here on the food chain. Thank you very much. What else you had? Blah, blah. You feel fantastic, of course. You don't want to hurt anybody until someone tells you you're doing something wrong and you want to kill everybody. Yada yada yada. You use sex as events, like I said. Okay, got that. You said 14 and 15 is where nature drew the line. I love this garbage about nature. Everybody's hardwired to screw whenever they're 14 years old. No. See, this is another liberal agenda. When you start saying people are hardwired to do something, it gets rid of a right and a wrong because it's in nature. But then again, you guys are against creationism and intelligent design, so there is no agenda hardwired into us. I thought we were blank slates and free will, and there was no God, and there was no intelligent design, there was no creationism. How can there be some type of a natural, inherent, hardwired intention in us if there's no creator? Think about that. Oh yeah, and then when Sink had said, or if that's how you pronounce his name, C-E-N-K, Sink or Sink or whatever, it said, I'm not telling you to go have sex. Why not? You just made a rock solid titanium plated case that go screw all you want as long as you're over 15, and there's no moral repercussions because one of your horse dung studies has said there's no moral repercussions. Are you out of your mind? I've seen people in their 30s get so enraged and irate. Whatever. The guy, Dan, you recommended having sex when you're 17, you're crazy. I want to ask you guys, whose side are you on? And to see, this is something you never said in the study. What's the whole purpose about staying a virgin until you get married anyway? You gotta get into that whole nasty issue. And you're playing with this kind of headless body in an unspoken amoral context. That sex is just this kind of random thing that somebody woke up one day and said, like in the year 500 BC, and said, you know what? Something's wrong with this world. People are too happy having sex. I'm going to make up this doctrine that you should stay a virgin until you get married just so I can make people's lives miserable. That didn't happen. You're going to get into the whole nasty thing, which is a whole other issue. But the only solution to this mess, because I know a lot of people want me to say, okay, you smart aleck, what's your solution then for teen virginity or premarital virginity? The conservative counter media. We have to start boycotting the sex-based entertainment industry into oblivion, and sort of getting way more aggressive in defending abstinence with the doctrine and everything. I have mountains and mountains of papers and notes and studies and stuff, and I hope there are some conservatives more entrenched than I am that are doing this now. Otherwise, it'll take me decades to get to their position of power to be doing this stuff with other conservatives should be doing right now, which they're not. And that's about it.